best business decision of my life. I turned a failing family business in Talladega, Alabama, into a $250 million a year air filter company in under a decade, with no experience in manufacturing or logistics. But it wasn't easy. I get a call that we have a fire. The building had completely burned to the ground. The laminator is the machine that almost put me out of business. I mistakenly put my hand in and I almost cut off my finger, and I have a scar to prove it. I had cuts all over my hands and was bleeding everywhere. This blows my mind. We sold over $1 billion worth of this product. But now I'm ready to share with everyone how I did it, what it takes to truly scale, and how I plan to transform my business into a multi-billion-dollar-a-year empire. You know, there are many times in this business where any rational person would have given up, and I probably should have given up, but I was determined to prove that I could make it work. YouTube didn't get me this plane. Social media didn't get me these factories or retail partnerships. I had those already. Now I'm ready to build a community and bring them along for my newest chapter and share real-world business insights, best practices in my day-to-day business grind. No BS, no social media influencer gimmicks, no courses to sell you, just an honest look at my journey to build out a multi-billion-dollar-a-year business through my lens. But first, I've got to take you back to where it all began. We're standing in front of 200 West Street, which is the Goldman Sachs headquarters. I started at Goldman Sachs in 2005, right after college. I've always felt like an outsider, and that was very much true here at Goldman. And I remember the day I started going to an orientation where they had 750 analysts that were starting on that day, and the first break, realizing that everybody there already knew each other from their Ivy League school or from the fancy high school that they went to or the fancy neighborhood they grew up in. There was very much an already established clique because there was a type of person that normally would get these jobs. I was not one of those people. I still have some PTSD from some of the tough days here. It's very much a high pressure environment that is impossible to describe or impossible for you to understand if you haven't lived it. Most people, when they walk into a job at a place like Goldman Sachs, think that they're walking into the pinnacle of success, pinnacle of career. I had a job making over 7 figures a year in my 20s, but I knew that I still wanted to have a larger impact. I wanted my life to have meaning. I wanted to be able to articulate to myself what that meaning was and be proud of it. When I quit my job here, a big reason why I did that was because I was not finding that meaning. I was effectively a bookie for hedge funds. Yes, I was making a lot of money and could have made a lot more money, but I did not see or find the meaning in that. I saw the meaning that my grandfather, who was at the end of his life, had from starting and running the family business that he did. He got so much meaning, so much purpose from that, and I wanted that in my life. When my family was selling the family business and I knew my grandfather did not want to see it sold, I saw that as an opportunity to build that legacy. Did not know how I was going to do it, did not have the kind of business plan that a lot of people may coach you to get, but I had the determination that I was going to build something big and build something meaningful and something that was meaningful to me. And so, you know, I made the decision, I took the leap. Oh, the day I quit Goldman, etched into my memory, you basically get put in a room with a lot of people that are kind of legendary or that you respect or maybe that you fear, and being told that you're doing something that is highly ill-advised and explaining to you all the reasons why you're likely to fail. Everybody, including the people very close to me, told me that it was a mistake. Everybody, including my bosses here, my coworkers here, my friends, my parents, all advised me against it. It's the best fuel in the world because you walk out from that type of experience even more resolved and ready to prove everybody wrong. I was living my destiny. I knew that I was built to be an entrepreneur. I was just excited and ready to get started. I felt compelled to buy this business because of the family legacy. It was a dying industrial supply business that, you know, I knew was not going to survive over a long period of time. I needed to build something new in order to be sustainable. I had to come up with an idea for how can I actually put these resources to productive use. I reverse engineered the idea of selling pleated air filters direct to consumer. It was a product that I thought I could use the existing infrastructure to not